Way out west, the desert stretches for miles through scorching plains and barren canyons. It's a world untamed by man, where the wind is free and life is cheap. Only the brave take the western road to build a future in the endless desert. Only the brave. Faster than the winds of fury, the stagecoach to Fort Johnson tears through the desert plains like Apollo's fire. 6 nags, 3 passengers, dead-eyed coachman Joe, and Lefty riding shotgun. Yeah, yeah! Get along now, boys! Yeah, yeah, you old jughead! Grab a hold there, boy! Yeah! Riding inside the stagecoach, where leather couches and lace curtains form a cozy domicile against the scorching plains, 3 weary travelers bounce along to the horse's pounded tattoo.
Oh, this horrible dust! Must we go so fast? I'll write a letter to the coach company. This simply won't do.
Why, there's old Lady Grayson, the socialite of Manhattan. Drawing rooms and tea parlors have been her abode till now. She's quite a sight in her feather cap and furs. They won't keep her safe from an Injun's arrow nor a pack of hungry coyotes.
Can't this dratted box go any faster, coachman? Can you hear me, man? Faster, I say! I've an appointment in Fort Johnson that I cannot miss. Do not delay!
Well now, who's this feller in his fine black suit and neat whiskers? A man of fortune, I see, looking at his silvery watch and gazing out the window as if every passing minute is a dollar lost. It's young Master Jonathan Lockheed.
Darling, do try to stay calm. Remember your nerves. Remember what the doctor said. Why don't we look out the window?
And who's this lovely sight beside him? It's the sweet red-cheeked Nancy Jones. But what's this? A brand new wedding ring upon her finger. Ah, young love. That John Lockheed's a lucky man.
Never fear, Nancy, my love. I'll see to it we get to Fort Johnson on time.
You'll do no such thing. We're already black and blue with all this bouncing. The coachman must slow down, if anything. I have 5 sets of bone china in my baggage, and I'm sure it's all been smashed to bits. I say, driver, slow down in heaven's name.
Yes, John. Do tell the coachman to slow down. I've bumped my head 5 times already.
Perhaps you should wear a smaller hat, Nancy.
Coachman, I say, coachman, slow down. This is outrageous.
Madam, the coach must arrive on time. We've delayed enough already. My business cannot wait. Faster, coachman!
Oh, it cannot wait, can it? Whatever it is, young man, it isn't worth risking my china over.
Or our necks. My business, madam, concerns that of the Great Western Railroad. Why, these rusted stagecoaches are a thing of the past. Once my deal is made, this journey will take half the time. Therefore I must protest. The coach will arrive on schedule at all costs. On, driver!
Fortune or ardor, age or beauty, those 6 nags keep firing on ahead. For these Kentucky purebreds will stop at nothing but the secret sign. Even so, not even their thunderous gallop can drown the sound of the passenger's lament, so that old Lefty riding shotgun hears their commotion down below.
You hear that, Joe? What? Sounds like the folks are getting a little uneasy. I'll go down and see if I can ease their passage.
Slow this coach down at once.
Howdy, folks. My name's Lefty. I'm the shotgun rider on this here coach. Thought I heard some upset words. May I be of service?
My good man, can't you tell the coachman to slow down? This bumping and jostling is simply too much. Just look at this poor girl. Why, she's quite faint with the motion, and well, what about my luggage?
Dear sir, forgive me. I have tried to contain these women, but you see, they're hysterical. It must be the heat.
Please, all we ask is that you tell the coachman to slow down. It's quite uncomfortable.
You see what I mean? Quite touched by the weather. Why, you and I know very well that the coach must go through on time.
Ladies, sir, there's no slowing the coach now.
There you are. What did I tell you?
Why, look out yonder glass window. See how the land flattens out before them mountains? This here's Collingworth Plain, named for General Collingworth, what found glory of battle here against the Apache back in '61. This here old flatjack land is spied upon for miles around by them ring of mountains. Even now, savage, outlaw, and all manner of hungry folk is likely watching our dust path, knowing full well that we ain't stopping for nobody. We so much as change our pace, why, Why, that would be ringing the dinner bell for 'em all at once, you see.
Good Lord, how appalling!
How amusing. What a rustic device to scare the gentlefolk. Of course, ladies, the real reason we travel at such pace is to keep the schedule. Why, this is civilized territory after all, and as such, standards must be maintained. Eh, Mr.
Is it true, John? Are we in peril?
Name's Lefty, sir. And ma'am, you're perfectly safe whilst we keep our pace up and while I'm riding shotgun. I didn't intend to frighten you, but I wouldn't want to go any slower. No, not even with a 50-men cavalry.
Lefty, eh? A name derived from your dominant hand, I presume?
Nah, it's 'cause I always ride to the left of old Joe, you see. Why, I've been riding shotgun for Joe coming on 18 years now.
And may I ask, what time do you suppose we'll be arriving in port?
Wait, that ain't right. Let's see. It'll be 19 years come April.
Yes, how interesting, I'm sure. But what we all want to know is, what time
Of course,
exactly-
I was a younger man in them days.
Is there any hope of lessening this infernal bumping, Mr. Lefty?
And of course, old Joe was just as soured then as he is now.
Oh, John, are there really Injuns and outlaws watching us in the mountains?
Never you be afeard, my dear girl. Gee, she sure is pretty, ain't she? No, not with old Lefty riding shotgun. Ain't nothing in the whole wide world to stop this stagecoach.
Oh dear. What is it now?
What the devil? Joe! Say, Joe! What we stop?
For goodness sake, man, what is the holdup?
Say, Joe, what is it? Jeepers, Mary, if old Joe ain't got an Injun's arrow coming out of his back.
Good Lord, why, then we're under attack.
I don't see nobody behind us. It must have happened a ways back. Better keep the ladies inside.
What is it? What's happened?
Poor old Joe. Never did crack a smile all the time I knew him. Well, he's gone to his eternal reward now, poor fellow.
I'm sorry for your friend, Mr. Lefty, but I thought these horses were trained to stop at nothing. Why aren't we still moving?
Say, you're right there, mister. Now who did stop those nags?
I did.
And who are you? Friend or foe? Come out of that dust cloud. Be advised, my guide is armed.
Why, it's old Stumpy Turner's boy. Howdy, Dan. Didn't recognize you now as you grown so big.
How are you, Lefty? Long time.
Last time I saw you, you was roping cattle on your pa's ranch. And now look at you. Well, you sure ain't no sod-buster now, boy. That's for darn sure.
I say, not to interrupt this heartwarming reunion, but who is this man? For all we know, he may be the ruffian that shot our coachman.
You better watch it, mister. This here's Dan Turner. There ain't no better man than him for miles around, except maybe his pappy, old Stumpy Turner. Say, how is old Stumpy these days?
He's dead. Got it in the back, same as old Joe here.
This? I shall write a letter to the coach company, to the mayor of Fort Johnson, to the state governor, to the president.
What's going on, John? Why have we stopped?
Ladies, gentlemen, we're in a lick of trouble.
What is it, Dan?
Pack of injured renegades and a couple of no-goods from up country. Been tracking them 3 days now. I reckon they knew the coach was coming. They're out of bullets now by the looks of it. Well, they've got old Joe now and are probably watching us from behind that rise back yonder. I'd say we've 5 minutes or so before they start making their way toward us.
Well, if that's the case, why on earth did you stop the stagecoach?
What'll it be, Dan? The old slip and wrangle? Or shall we make a run for it?
They're more dangerous in motion, mister. They'd pick us off, one by one, long before we hit Fort Johnson. Now, we'll make a stand here.
My goodness, gentlemen, where is the martial law? This is a transport, not a posse. Must we tussle with these hoodlums? Mr. Lefty, get us moving at once.
I say, can one of you young men fetch my trunk? I want to check my china is intact.
The coachman. Why, is he dead?
Oh, gracious.
As a doornail, my dear. And so will we be if we don't get moving.
Well, it is awful about the coachman, but I simply must check my things. And if none of you will help me, then I'll just do it myself.
Watch it, ma'am. Don't climb up there. They'll see you.
Good grief.
Too late. Everyone under the stagecoach and keep low. Ladies, behind the wheels and keep your heads down.
Yes.
Fired a gun before, mister? Here, take my revolver.
Good Lord, this is madness. I'd get down if I was you, mister.
Yes, of course.
They're forming a ring. I'll take this side, you take the other.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is horrible.
How many are there?
About 25 or 30 by my reckoning.
One less now.
And another. Careful, they're getting closer.
This is absurd. I'm a railroad man. A man of business, not guns. I'm not made for this kind of thing.
Railroad man, eh?
Oh, where on earth is the law in this land? These are the same savages that killed my husband.
I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Grayson. I didn't know.
Your husband, Mr. George C. Grayson of Grayson & Co., ma'am?
That's right. I'm going to Fort Johnson to retrieve his body. They say he was shot in the back.
Heard about that last month. I'm sorry, ma'am.
No matter. I may ask for some assistance in bringing his killer to justice if we ever get out of here.
I'll do whatever I can. They're starting to get spooked now. Don't worry, ladies. Sir, you'll all be laughing over this over rum punch at the Fort Johnson Hotel before too long.
Dad, look out!
Ah!
You alright?
Your shoulder. It's bleeding.
Yeah, I'm fine. Got any more rounds, Lefty?
Here you go. Last one.
Why, this is dreadful. Just look at their faces, their eyes, their crazed.
Why are they doing this? What do they want?
They're angry.
What for?
We broke the treaty.
What do you mean?
Apache let us build Fort Johnson so long as we didn't put in a railroad. Must have heard about your business, mister. Now they're out for blood.
Why, I had no idea about this treaty. The railroad, they never told me.
Looks like these fellas have gone rogue from the main tribe. See, there's just one red stripe on their arms. These are hot bloods. Young bucks.
What right do they have to torture and kill us like this?
Right's got nothing to do with it, lady. They're angry. Angry as any man would be when a promise has been broken.
Miss Nancy, look out! Ah! My God, they've got Nancy!
Help me!
Do something! You got him, Dan.
Thank you, sir.
Nancy, darling, are you all right?
That was their bravest one. They'll be on the warpath now.
Do they not care that we have guns?
Not these fellas. Not now.
Why do they still attack?
Careful, they're closing in. We need a diversion. Lefty, think you can get this stage going if their attention gets pulled away?
You mean the old decoy trick?
That's right.
Shucks, I invented that.
Good. When you're ready, I'll draw their fire back into the desert and you get this stage moving.
All right, Dan. Ready when you are.
Okay, let's go!
Wait! No, I'll go. You should have that shoulder looked at.
No, John, don't.
I say I'll go, woman. I've gotten us into this mess. I never knew about the treaty. I've broken one of the statutes of this state, and I must face the responsibility.
You do, and I'm coming with you.
You'll do no such thing.
Contain yourself, young lady.
John, I'm carrying your child.
What?
That's right. And I'll not have my baby fatherless before it's even born.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'll go, mister. Lefty, you get those horses charging as soon as I'm clear.
Thank you, mister.
Mr. Turner, are you quite sure?
It's me they want. I've killed their bravest comrade. They'll follow, and you should have time if you're quick. Are you ready?
One moment. Thank you, sir.
You just build that railroad, mister. You and your kin will tame this land yet.
See you back at Fort Johnson, Dan. The boys and I will save a drink for you.
See you there. Okay, here I go. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
All right, everybody. Back in the coach. Yeah, yeah. Get going now, you no good cowhides. Get on now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did he ever make it? Can you see?
I can't tell. They're out of sight now.
I wonder if we'll ever have a chance to thank him.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But we won't forget him. That's for sure.
Who's to say if they'll ever see old Dan again? The three travelers carry on their wearisome way to Fort Johnson and beyond, leaving in their wake the desert and its ways. As for Dan, well, his time is coming to an end. The age of the settler, the rancher, and outlaw will soon pass aside for the roaring engines of trade. Course, when a job needs doing or trouble comes, as it often does, we'll always need a Dan Turner. Till that time, he'll stay wondering, out among the coyote and cactus, under the watchful stars, in the dusty badlands where the desert meets the sky.